Hi, this is Dr. Taheri. Welcome to another SolidWorks screencast. Today we'd like to talk about global variables and design table. This is an interesting feature in SolidWorks for those who want to create geometries, parts that are similar but have different sizes. Makes it very easy. Let us start by talking about the global variables. Let me just go on top plane and I make a simple sketch. Start making a simple square shape, and let's give the dimension of this 100, but of course this is a fixed dimension of 100. I can also have a variable dimension. Instead of 100 I give the dimension equal to size 1, and as soon as I press OK, then what will happen here is you will see the sign something like this here, the sigma size summation sign, and that shows that this is the global variable. Let me just go here now. I will get this equation and I right click on it and I go to manage equations. So obviously I have size 1 here. I can change this one to 100. I'm gonna add a few more global variables here. I make size 2 and make this one at 100 as well, and then I make size 3. Let me just make this one size 2 as I said that, and then I make size 3. I make this one as 50, 50. And finally I do a size 4. So we have 4 sizes here, and they're all global variables. Size 4, and I make this one as 10. Done. So I made these 4 variables. It takes me a few seconds to update it because it does it for each. And now I've done that. So let's go back to my sketch. I give a dimension of the next size, which is here, and now instead of the value I put equal sign, equal, and then automatically brings me the option of what size you want to equal to. So I make it equal to size 1, which is equal to the previous one. So I make a square 100 by 100, and then I go to feature and I make an extrude, and my extrude it's gonna be of this geometry. I make it here 100, but of course I want to have it as a variable here, and as a result when I finish that I go here and I click on this size and I make it equal to size 2, equal to, and global variable size 2. That's the next variable I have. It would be better if I would have done, instead of blind, I would have gone through midpoint and I make it 100. This makes it easier. Let me go to this face and I make a drawing on that. Actually, it would be better to go to my top plane again, and I make a drawing on the top plane. I make a simple circle with the diameter of equal to new variable, my variable number 3, which is 50, and then I go and I do a extrude through from both sides. So I go extrude, cut, and both sides go all the way through, and here second one is all the way through. So here you see what you get. Let me just go to the final variable. I make fillet here, and my fillet are using all these faces here. And my fillet also here size 10, I change that to my global variables uh, equal to my last global variable, which is size 4. So here what I have a geometry that has 4 global variables. Now what is the benefit of doing this? Well, let me go again to the equation, right click, manage equations, and these are my variables, size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the square shape, this is the extrude, this is the circle, and this is the fillet. I can go and I can do export. I export that, and I would save them on equation, the file. Let's save that, and when it's want to save, ask you these questions here. So I only need those 4. There are these 4 also which are not really variables. I add those 4s and I export them to that file, and after a few seconds the file is generated. So the advantage of doing this is, now if I want to actually change my dimensions here, so and could be several of these dimensions, I don't have to go and do it one by one, and instead I can go simply to my equations, which is this file here, and for some reason I shouldn't have these 2 here. Let me just go again. I think I didn't click that. So, and meanwhile let me just go here and do a name, and I use the zooming here, which helps a lot to magnify it. So let me go back here. I right click, manage equation, export to the same file, replace it, and I do it correctly this time. I don't need this, maybe I can make it larger. So I use only those 4, these 4 here, size 1, size 2, size 3, and size 4, and then export to that. It does it each time, so it goes 4 times, and it's a little slow. Well, it's also I'm running this screencast on top of it. So this is done, and if I now go and open that file, which is the equation here, so I should see only those 4 variables here, as you can see that here. Let me just magnify it again, these 4. Now the benefit of this is, if I go and I change this one, let's say change the hole to 60, and I change the fillet to 20, and I go here and I save this, as soon as I open this and I rebuild it, you can see that the size is changed now. So obviously the hole has become bigger, and the fillet are getting a little more, a higher radius, double radius. So I can go and I change it back to 50, and then I increase these sizes to 200. So I want to have 200 both in extrude as well as the size of it, and then I go and rebuild again, and you can see now this is going to be a little different. So how versatile it is. If you have 10, 20, 30 dimensions, instead of doing it one by one, redraw, then you can put it all in one file and you can bring it on. So this is a very handy feature. But of course, there is a much better way of handling this, and I'm going to explain to you that. That is using something is called design table. So I would like to make a part. Uh, just make a simple part here. Let's go to top view, and I make a circle with a size of 100. I extrude this uh, 100. I go in this face here and I make a polygon like this. I make this to be horizontal, and the dimension of this to be 40. I make an extrude cut, 70. Go to the same and make another drawing, another polygon. This time I go perpendicular to first one right here, and the size again is 40. Done. And I go here and I do another extrude cut, 70. And then I go in this space here and I make another square shape, size of 30 in each. 30 and 30. Last but not least, I would like to do 2 fillets. 1 fillet in here, size 5. I'll do it again, fillet. This one size 5, and then I do the bottom one with a size 2.5. Fillet here, size 2.5, and all left is a cut of that square shape from the bottom. Obviously you can realize that what I made is simple socket. I go here up to the surface, and here is my surface. Well, I made this with all the given sizes. What if I want to make many of them but different sizes? So in that case, I have more than one. Maybe I have 50 of them. How do I do it? Is going simply to insert. You go to table, design table. Make sure that here in design table you have possibility of editing, and the rest is all clicked here. And this is go to auto create. Click on here, and it brings it Excel. So you have to have Excel on your computer installed. So, and asks you all these variables, whatever dimensions I give here. So asking all of them, and I select all of them if this is what I want to do. So I have 2 fillets, and I have all the sizes here. Select them all. It takes few seconds for creating the design variable and the design table. So let's finish this one here. And usually it should not take this long, but because I'm running the background few softwares, it may take longer than usual. I'll close this one, please. Take it a little faster, probably. So here's a strange error. Let me just do it again here. Close it here. This is what happens. Did I have design table created here? No. Let's just do one more time here. Go here, design table, make a design table. All done here, and I ask for all the variables. I select them all. I add them. And here what is created. We magnify this. These are all the variables that you see here. So we have 100, 100, and then this is the circle diameter, this is the extrude, and these two are the extrude here. Let me just magnify it here. This is the size of the polygon, these two, and these are the extrude. This is the bottom square, and these are the fillet. What I'm gonna do here is simply I go here and I add 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, add numbers, and in each one go back here and here, oops, yeah, let's just go again here, edit design table. So, and it may ask if I want to add the color here for the next time. I add the color as well, doesn't matter. So I mentioned here make 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and here this one I can make it actually a little larger here, why not? Okay, I make this value equal to previous value minus 10, extend them all, this is equal to this, extend them all, and this value is equal to this value multiplied by 0.4. Obviously this is how I made the first one, and this value is equal to this value multiplied by 0.7. This value is equal to this, and this value is equal to this, This is I make 30 as it is, except for the last two, and I make it 20 and 15. This is equal to this, and this one equal to this one minus 0.5, and I extend this, and the other fillet is this value divided by 2. If you want to change the color, give 10,000 to this, and here is equal to 10 previous one plus 5,000. Oh, sorry, 50,000. And extend this as well. So this is what exactly I did. So I made this. So again, the first one is 100, next one is 100 minus 10, and so on. So as here, this is 40% of this value, and so as the rest. Here is 70% of this value, so as the rest. And I finish this, and as soon as I close this, SolidWorks would ask me, so you want to make so many other pieces, so you want to make all of them? My answer is yes. And by doing that, I already created these files, these parts, and you can see the parts are created here. And not only they have different sizes, they are different color. You can see that each one, the size is smaller, the fillet is smaller, so as everything. So, and however, for these ones, all of them, the bottom one is 30 by 30, except for the last two. And the reason obviously is that because it's getting too close now. You see this one and the next one, I have it smaller. It used to be, this is now 40, and this has become 20, and the last one is the size here is 40, and this is 40, and this is 15. So this is the best way to create these values. And later on, if you decided to make this as a part of assembly, then you save it correctly as I did here. So when you bring the assembly, ask you which side you want to do. Let me just save this one just for sake of argument. I save this as just here the socket, you know. And when I close this and I want to do a real assembly, so when I open a new assembly, interesting about this is when I want to call upon this part, so ask you which one you want, and I want to browse that, and I want to go to where it was, socket. It here it asks what is the configuration, and if you click here, I have all those configuration here. If I want a small one, I bring the small one or large one, and I open it, it brings me this socket. If you want to add a part, insert the component, an existing component, and this time I want to bring number 4, then you go here and you bring the socket here. I bring this time number 4, and you can see that actually this time it should be number 9, so let me do it again. Go insert component, existing, and socket. I'm going to bring number 6 this time. Open, and see that it brings number 6. And this is how easily you can actually make one drawing in one part, and then you can just generate as many as part as you want using this design table. It was a little different in previous version, and you should do it a little more complex. You give it global variables and do the relations, but in this newer version 2012-2013, it makes it actually easier. Well, this concludes our today's screencast on SolidWorks. Thank you very much.